Folk study these merry Pokemon, please don't feel dismay. Remember Starmie our savior was born on Christmas Day to save us all from Giratina's power when we had gone astray. Oh, how quick can we beat this game? Beat this game. Oh, how quick can we beat this game? What an intro! Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Bricker Boom. And if you're in the States, Merry Christmas. And if you're not, happy surprise video on a Monday. Today, we're going to be chopping down a tall Christmas pine, decorating its corpse in the main room of the home, and what shall we place upon the top of the tree? A star you? No, no, no. We're placing a double star on top of this tree and seeing if we can beat Pokemon FireRed with a single Starmie. Starmie is a pretty good Pokemon overall with high speed, a pretty decent special attack. Now, the weird thing about Starmie, to me anyway, is honestly its access to moves. It has Psychic and Water moves, which is to be expected, and same with a couple Ice moves here and there. But the bizarre thing is that it can learn Thunderbolt and Thunder, and trust me, if you've seen my previous runs, we can rely on Thunderbolt a lot. We name ourselves, or at least our Starmie, Star, because we're the star on a Christmas tree. Now, we set our rival up with a Squirtle for this particular run because Charmander, of course, would get obliterated immediately, and I feel like Venusaur would get easily trumped by both Ice Beam and Psychic, so in this particular instance, it made more sense for Squirtle to be the rival's Pokemon. We open up with Swift, and it's doing about a third of damage, but Tackle isn't doing very much at all. Two more Swifts later, and we can go ahead and wrap this up. Now, looking at the nature, we have a Naive Nature, which raises speed and lowers special defense. Overall, it could be a lot worse, though I would prefer something that at least raises special. Though, now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever reset to get better IVs, natures, or abilities. And speaking of awful abilities, we have Natural Cure. Now, here's the thing. Natural Cure as an ability that heals your Pokemon upon switching out in a Nuzlocke is not a bad ability at all. But in a solo challenge, it's not great. Though, if we're being honest, Illuminate isn't any better since that attracts more wild Pokemon, and in all honesty, that might actually be worse. But hey, we complete the beginning of the game, and then as always, make our way through the forest. While we don't need to level up before Brock, because we have Water Gun, knowing that we're going to go into a Water and then an Electric-type gym following this, I want to be safe and make sure to grab the early levels while we still can. We go back to the optional rival fight, and he starts off with Pidgey, and we open up with Water Gun to take it out with a single shot, but probably because it's a critical hit. Squirtle is next, and we use Swift to take it about a third of its health and get hit with the soft tackle. Another Swift takes it to low yellow, and we get hit again before taking it out. Heading back to Pewter City, it's a straight shot to Brock, and I mean, it is what it is. Geodude is a one-shot with a critical hit Water Gun. Onix is next, and despite being fairly speedy for being a rock snake, we're still faster and we take it down in one shot as well to level up to 13 and be able to move on. The route ahead has plenty of trainers for us to be able to fight and be able to level up a little bit more. The cave is also pretty easy, but hey, while we're on the way, if you like this kind of content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. We're officially a year into challenge runs. We have a Patreon open, so if you want to support the channel in that way, I would definitely appreciate it. And then, after that, we're out of the cave and we go ahead to go fight the rival. With Staryu and Starmie both having Recover and Harden, well, I don't think it'll go down without a few more levels. So what we do is we go to the rival fight first. Pidgeotto is first, and we do about a third of with Water Gun as we get hit with Sand Attack, and then take it to Red as we get hit with Gust, but then we take it out with Swift. Rattata is next and uses Quick Attack as we continue with Swift, taking it to Yellow before taking it out. Squirtle is up, and we continue with Swift as it uses Withdrawal. Since we have Recover, we use that to keep healthy as Squirtle continues to build its defense. The next Swift gets a crit to bypass the defense boosts, and that takes it to Red, and then one more takes it out. And with that, The battle is basically over since Abra is the only Pokemon left and it can't attack, so Swift knocks it to what looks like 1 HP and then knocks it out the next turn. After that, we can go to the route up north and mow our way through the trainers while also getting a few levels along the way. We go to Misty and buckle up. Staryu is first and 2 Swifts take it down. With Starmie, I don't think it's physically possible to cover the entirety of this battle. We use Swift a lot, and we use Water Gun a lot, and it uses Water Pulse a lot, and we both end up spending a lot of time recovering. So, the majority of this battle is us pinging each other back and forth, both of us healing up, dealing pitiful amounts of damage, and just for my sanity, I'm not going to cover this blow by blow, so just know that at the end of the day, we do manage to win, but I'm fairly certain this battle took a couple years off my life. Now, once we get aboard the SSN, we only do a couple additional battles to get ourselves an Ether, and then go fight the rival. The rival starts off with Pidgeotto, and we get a hit with Quick Attack, but use Water Pulse to take it to red. The rival withdraws for some reason, so we do get a free Water Pulse hit, which is cool, I guess. We swap to Swift to take it to yellow, as Bite does a bit more than I hoped, and then we take it to red. We use a final Swift to take it out as Pidgeotto comes back out. Quick Attack crits to take us to 14 HP, and we recover up, and then recover again for safe measure before resuming our attack and take it out with Swift. Raticate comes out, and we swap back over to Water Pulse to take it to red and confuse it as it nails us with a pretty good Hyper Fang before going down. Kadabra's up, and we use Swift to take it to red, and Confusion deals very little and confuses us, and we hit ourselves and get hit with Kinesis. We hit ourselves again before landing a Swift and getting to move on. With the rival once more put in his place, we head to Lieutenant Surge's gym, and I have to admit I'm a little bit nervous about this, but let's see what happens. Voltorb is first, so we use Water Pulse to take it out in one shot. Pikachu is up, and we use another Water Pulse to take it out as well. And then last but not least is Raichu, and we don't do quite half with Water Pulse as it uses Double Team. We swap over to Swift to be safe, it gets a crit, and that takes it out. So I guess I didn't really have to worry all that much. Time to deal with a little bit of travel, and as always, the game starts to open up at this point. We have a few routes available, but I have a pretty set way that I try to do things, so we head to Celadon and Saffron, because it's time to get some upgrades to our movesets. Ice Beam, Thunderbolt, and Psychic are all going to be used at some point or another, and after getting the much wanted/needed upgrades, we can go ahead and go fight Giovanni for the first of quite a few different times. Giovanni starts off with Onix, and we use Water Pulse and takes it out in one shot. Kangaskhan is next, and we use Psychic to take it to about half, as Bite does a decent bit of damage before we take it to, again, pretty sure, 1 HP. Another Bite connects, and then we can take it out. Rhyhorn is last, and we're not surprised that it goes down in one shot. We heal up, and then I feel pretty confident about being able to take on Erica, given the fact that we have Psychic in our arsenal. Erica first sends out Victory Bell, and we use Psychic to take it down in one shot. Vileplume is up next, and it also goes down in one shot as well. And then last up is Tangela, and it also goes down, and that's the 4th badge done and over with. By now, though, when we head to Lavender Town to fight the rival, we're leveled up quite a bit that we don't have to worry, but a job is a job, and I have a battle to cover. Pidgeotto is first, and we use Psychic to take it down. Wartortle is the same, and Execute does survive with a Sliver, but only sets up Leech Seed before going down to a Swift. Next is Growlithe, and it goes down to a Water Pulse, and then Kadabra also goes down to a one-shot as well. After that, there's a decent bit of travel ahead of us. We have to go through Cycling Road, Safari Zone, and then of course, start making our way through Fuchsia City Gym. As always, I try to do a bit of a review about the first half of the game, and honestly, Starmie is doing about as well as I thought. Starmie is a fast Pokemon and a hard hitter on top of that. Add that to the moveset, and while it's no Gengar or Mew, it's pretty good. And with that, it's time to fight Koga. Coughing goes down to 1 Psychic, and with Muck it goes to red, but unfortunately poisons us with its counterattack. Over the course of the next few turns, we start taking poison damage. By the time it goes down, it's not looking good, but thankfully, Coughing also goes down to 1 shot. When Wheezing comes out, we have 9 HP left, but thankfully it goes down to 1 shot as well, and that wins us the battle. Now, here's the thing, if Koga would have had one more potion, this would not have been a first try victory. So, from here, it is a little bit of a gauntlet of battles. We have some grunt battles, but overall, not too many. Mostly because I want to see how we do without having to level up too much, but then after that, we have a Giovanni fight, and then after that it's Sabrina. But, like I said, Starmie is doing pretty well this particular run. So when we go to fight the rival, we're sitting at level 43, and we use Thunderbolt on Pidgeot to take it down in one shot. Next up is Blastoise, and it uses Protect once before getting hit down to half with Thunderbolt and Paralyzed. We do get hit with a hard bite before taking it out with another Thunderbolt. Execute goes to about half and uses Stun Spore before hitting us with a Soft Confusion. We use another Thunderbolt and take it down. Growlithe is up next, and we use Recover again as we get hit with Takedown. We then swap to Water Pulse after getting hit with Takedown, and then take it down. Alakazam is next, and on the last, and it sets up Future Sight as we stay paralyzed. It uses Calm Mind, and we hit it with Water Pulse to not even half. For whatever reason, it uses Future Sight again, and we recover up to full, and the Future Sight fails. Alakazam sets up Future Sight again, and we use Thunderbolt to take it to red, paralyze it, and now we outspeed it to take it out the next turn and win the battle. Moving on to Sabrina's gym, it's time to see who the better Psychic type is. Yeah, technically it's Alakazam, but let's see how we do anyway. Kadabra's up first, and we use Water Pulse to take it to yellow as it uses Calm Mind before we take it down next turn. Venomoth is out next, and we use Psychic to take it down in a single shot. Mr. Mime is up, and we use Thunderbolt and get a critical hit to take it out. Alakazam is last, so we use Thunderbolt again to take it to about half as it uses Calm Mind. Thunderbolt then takes it to red, and it uses Recover. We swap over to Psychic, hoping to lower its special, and failing as it hits us hard with Psychic. We move over to Water Pulse, taking it to red as it uses another Psychic to take us to 29 HP. Sabrina heals up and we use Water Pulse, barely doing any damage, and another takes it below half before we go down. Let's try that again, because I think we can take it on without much of an issue if the luck plays out properly. And it doesn't even have to be a lot of luck, it just has to not be Alakazam setting up Calm Mind. So with Kadabra, we take it to half and lower its special as it uses Calm Mind, but we can still take it out next turn. Venomoth is still a one-shot, and when Mr. Mime is out, we take out about a quarter of its health as it sets up Barrier. We use Thunderbolt to take it to red, and then oddly enough, Sabrina switches out to Alakazam. Now, we spend a lot of time using Water Pulse because she likes to use Calm Mind and Recover a lot, but we do end up getting a critical hit to take it down before it can wreck us too much. The half-conscious Mr. Mime comes out, and Sabrina heals up, and it's a bit of back and forth before we're able to take it down to win the battle. So that's one more badge, done and diddly did. With Blaine, we can take the Growlithe down in one shot. Then with the Arcanine, we take it to about half, and it hits us right below half HP before we take it out next turn. After that, Ponyta's a one-shot, and then with Rapidash, we can take it to red, and Blaine wastes a few turns healing up before going down to win the battle. Now, it did take 2 attempts because I thought Psychic may do more damage because Water Pulse isn't the strongest move out there. I was wrong. Moving on. We deny the Sevi Islands quest because it's kinda just boring. So we head back to Viridian City and we go to face off against Giovanni the final time. Giovanni starts off with Rhyhorn, and we start with Water Pulse, and we can take it out with a single shot. Dugtrio is next, and we use Water Pulse again to take it out as well. Nidoqueen is out, and we swap over to Psychic to also one-shot it. From there, he has 2 Pokemon left, and the Nidoking is a one-shot with Psychic, though the crit was probably overkill. Last is his second Rhyhorn, which should absolutely be a Rhydon by now, and it goes down as well to win us the 8th badge. Now, there's only one battle left before going to the Elite Four, and the rivals beefed up a little bit more. I still feel pretty confident overall about this particular battle. Pidgeot is up first, and Thunderbolt takes it to red as we get hit with Wing Attack. We then take it out with Water Pulse. Blastoise is next, and we can take it to not quite half with Thunderbolt as we get hit with Bite, taking it to yellow with Psychic, and then going down. Perhaps I shouldn't feel confident. 4 attempts in, and we crit the Pidgeot to take it down. With Blastoise, we take it to about half, paralyze it, and it stays paralyzed. We then take it to red, and it only sets up Rain Dance before going down. With the Execute, we can take it to half and lower its special, and it misses Sunspore, allowing us to take it out. Rhyhorn and Growlithe are both a single shot with Water Pulse, though I don't know if the Rain Boost mattered. Last up is Alakazam, going to not quite half with Water Pulse, and it sets up Calm Mind, but then a Thunderbolt and a Psychic after that is enough to take it down. After that, we can go ahead and do all the Victory Road stuff that we need to, and we go to fight Lorelei. We try Psychic, and it's doing an alright amount of damage, but then we swap to Thunderbolt. Dugong sets up Hail, and we can trade hits back and forth, and we do take it down, but we're only at about 50 HP. When Dugong comes out, it takes us to 17 HP with Ice Beam, as we take it below half with Thunderbolt, and then it takes us down with Body Slam. After that, it's a long line of lost attempts because it's always Lorelei in every single run. We can usually make it to Jinx, but more often than not, it becomes a bit of a stall battle, especially because Lovely Kiss keeps putting us to sleep. It's rough. At level 60, Dugong goes to yellow with Thunderbolt, and we get dealt some damage from Ice Beam, but we do then take it out. With the Lapras, we can take it to half with Thunderbolt, as the berry procs, and it does confuse us. We can take it to yellow with Psychic, and from there, we keep smacking ourselves as the Lapras just wails on us. Thankfully, with Recover, we can heal up from our self-inflicted wounds, and from the Lapras hits, and then we can finally take it down. Cloyster is out, and we use Recover again as it uses Spikes. It uses Protect as we stay paralyzed, and then we recover up to full before swapping over to Thunderbolt to take it out. With Slowbro, it goes to red and Lorelei heals up, and we repeat this process for a few turns before she stops healing, and we take it down. Last is Jinx, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't use Lovely Kiss. Oh, it's because we're paralyzed. And continues to go for Ice Punch. It does get us down to 35 HP, but we can take it out and win the battle. I must have been half asleep when I wrote this, because it just now clicked as I was reading through. Like I said, it's always Lorelei, and I kind of feel bad for Bruno. Aside from Machamp, we can mow down all of his Pokemon with one shot. Part of me kind of wishes that Bruno was first, because of how easy he can actually be. Also, with Machamp, all that happens is that Bruno heals it up every turn before Starmie gets sick of it and critical hits it to take it down. With Bruno out of the way, we can head to Agatha, and Gengar is a one-shot with Psychic. Next up is Golbat, and we can take it down with Thunderbolt. After that, the next three Pokemon, being Arbok, Gengar, and Haunter, all go down to one Psychic each. Now there's only Lance, and he specializes in Dragon types, and though we've put good use to it, it is finally time to say goodbye to Recover and replace it with Ice Beam. When we get to Lance, we can take the Gyarados down with a single Thunderbolt. The next Pokemon is a Dragonair that goes down to a single hit from our new Ice Beam move. The next Dragonair goes to a Sliver and hits us with Dragon Breath, which thankfully doesn't paralyze, and then we can take it down next turn after a heal up. With the Dragonite, when it comes out, we can actually take it down with one Ice Beam. Last is Aerodactyl, and we can take it to yellow as it hits us with Ancient Power and gets the Omni Boost, which is absolutely horrific. It outspeeds us now and hits us hard with Hyper Beam, all the way down to 7 HP before we can take it out for a close first try victory. Final rival time. Pidgeot is first, and we move to take it to yellow with Thunderbolt as Aerial Ace does a small chunk. The rival heals up, and we repeat the process before finishing it off with Water Pulse. Arcanine, hope you didn't think you'd get through a video without me saying that, is next, and Water Pulse takes it below half as it uses Bite, and then we finish it off and level up. Blastoise we use Thunderbolt on and take it to half, and it only uses Rain Dance, which is great for us as the berry procs, and we can still take it out next turn. The Exeggutor is next, and we use Ice Beam to take it to low yellow, and then Giga Drain finishes us off. Now, surprisingly, we actually have to end up leveling up again. The problem is the Exeggutor and Giga Drain is usually enough to take us out with too much effort. Even if the Arcanine doesn't bite us, the Exeggutor is still able to take us out due to the HP that it gains back from Giga Drain. While going through this, if you are kind of curious, I'll of course show a few lost attempts just to give you an idea of what I'm going up against here. So, not too many levels ahead at level 70, and about 5 attempts in, we can take Pidgeot out with a single shot. When the Arcanine is out, we can take it to red and confuse it, and it hits itself. The rival then heals up with 2 more water pulses, and that lets us take it out. Blastoise now goes below half and heals from the berry, and once again, only sets up Rain Dance, which allows us to take it out. When Exeggutor comes out, this is where you'll see why we need the level up so much. A single Giga Drain does so much damage, and if it weren't for the fact that we freeze it, we would have probably lost again, given the damage output of the move, but since it is frozen and doesn't de-thaw in time, we do take it out. With Alakazam, we do very little with Water Pulse, but it only sets up Future Sight, so we can take it to yellow, get hit down to 22 HP, and then knock it out. Last is Rhyhorn, and it goes down with a single Water Pulse to win the battle and the run. So again, Merry Christmas if you all celebrate, and if you don't, then a happy holiday season. And finally, if you don't celebrate any of them, happy Monday. If all goes as planned, I should have a Glaceon run dropping on Thursday. I just finished writing the script for this video, and as soon as I finish this, I'm going to take a little bit of time to start on the Glaceon run. As said, we did start a Patreon soon, and we have a couple supporters already, so if you want to be mentioned at the end of the video like these two and have a specialized game character of your choosing assigned as you go through, make sure to go ahead, sign up for the Patreon. It's going to have awesome benefits like a special role in the Discord if you're there, your name featured at every video, and once I figure out a little bit more, I'd like to be able to start putting the videos on there early. This way you can get special access there. But this is always going to be a free show no matter what. And as always, if you like the video, even if you didn't like the video, think about hitting the like and subscribe button because it really does help me out. And until next time, everybody, peace out.